brewed this how long ago?
I don't remember.
Maybe last century.
I'm just going to do a very basic, generic, like spaghetti sauce. So that's the next task. Then all the canning is done, because we're leaving in about 5 days. Magnus is going to build me in a shelf for the top pantry.
Today's the day.
What are you doing here?
I'm cutting a hole in the settee so that I can get access below it to fiberglass the transducer box in.
Alright. Not much box left.
No, it's pretty steep, isn't it? Just going to cut straight on that.
Wow. So you're just measuring it to make it fit in the angle of the boat?
Mm-hmm. I've taken various points around. This is the point, the 0 point. Alright, so that's where it touches. Here it's 69mm down, here 75, here 78. So this is the furthest point, so if we have that as our base reference point and then we take these measurements away from 78 and cut that much off, we should be right, I think. And measure up from the bottom. So that's 0, so I'm going to measure 78 up to get the right spot for that one. Well, this is what I've ended up with. It's flat to that point, and then it goes up, and then that goes a little bit like that, from that to that, and then it goes back down to there, and then with the front is not much difference at all. So well, let's jigsaw that out, and who knows, it might just work. So that's the shape we've ended up with. Now let's see if it fits. I mean, I'm not expecting it to fit perfectly. I'm going to have to, you know, sand it and get it to fit in there, but we'll give it a go. Good rough fit. So it's going right there. That's our spot, because that was my gauge. That's how far in it was going. So we jig clamp that. Get it? Jig clamp it. Right. And then I'll draw around with the marker pen again to get the final shape.
What are you up to now?
Trusty old West System epoxy. I'm going to epoxy up that box before I fiberglass it in. I'm just going to epoxy it so it makes it oil proof, because the box will get filled with oil once we've done this.
So what are the portions?
1 pump of each.
Oh, right.
Oh, I'm doing 2 of each.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1 to 1.
That makes it easy.
It's a 5 to 1 mix. It's 5 litres, it's 1 litre, it's 4 litres, it's 800ml. So it's just, yeah, very, very easy. The West System is, I mean, it's not Australian made, but I couldn't get the Australian made one when I bought this. So I and I know this works. I've used it for donkey's years.
Well, this is the box that's going to be epoxied, I think. Is that right?
Yeah.
So that the oil doesn't leak out.
Well, if you're thickening it, you put thickener in, or I just use...
Otherwise you just use it like that, straight out of the pot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's pretty simple.
Oh yeah, there's nothing complicated about building a boat, Dale. You're in charge of vacuuming?
Yep, okay. Wow, there we go. What's on the inside?
Nothing. No floor.
Okay.
So I have to put something in there.
So we've got that on that side. And on that side.
There you go, so now you've got another storage area. Need to vacuum in there, there's a bit of fiberglass.
Yeah. So what are you doing now?
I'm gluing the box in with thickened epoxy, making a nice fillet. So what I'll do in a minute is run my finger around it and make a nice fillet.
Just gotta wait for it to dry now. Just about to make the next batch of chicken curry. And this time I'm going to use this paste just to mix it up a bit. So we've made 7 and now we're going to make another 7 and then I'm going to make just a mince, beef mince mix, savoury mince I suppose, the next batch.
Well, I've glued the transducer box in there. I've poured in about that much water. We're not going to use water in the end, but I just wanted to test it before we go and finish it. There's nothing on the picture. So here goes. Let's see if it's going to work. Is there any picture there, Wen?
Yep, there's something coming up.
What? Yes! Wow! It actually works. Let's have a look, see if it works in 3D. Whoop, I don't know how to work this 3D thing properly.
Oh, look.
Oh, there, yes! Wow, 3D's working. Let's have a look, but it'll only work on one direction because you've got the keel in the way. So let's have a look on side vision. Right, yeah, it's working. Cool. So the main screen we want, of course, is just normal sonar. And it's not for fishing, it's essentially give us a depth, a backup unit for depth, and it'll tell us what the bottom is made of. For example, the picture we've got there now is telling me that we're on mud and sand and not on rock. Because when you're on rock, that picture changes. Now, I could go right into how to read an echo sounder, but there's millions of demos on YouTube about that. But anyway, that is spot on. I'm pretty happy. So it works at 6 meters. When we leave here, we'll be able to test it as it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And if it works up to 20 meters, I'll be pretty happy because that's all that we need for anchoring. That's perfect. I'm pretty happy indeed.
What are you doing now? Just dug that out of the shed.
Making a lid for the transducer box. I did make a lid, but I left it at home. 150 by 288.
If you want something square, you can always use the filter thinger.
I've just made the lid, drilled all the holes, so now I'm just giving it a coat of epoxy to make it waterproof and oil-proof, and then I will, once it dries, we'll put it all together.
All done.
Better off with scissors, eh?
Yeah, I'll do it the other way up. Sticky.
I have to grease this up together, I think. Well, it might go. No, it's going to be greased up, that one is.
You got anything to say?
I'm impatient. That's all I've got to say. The box isn't dry, but I want to get this job finished. So I'm sticking it all together. Well, it's a little bit tacky. Usually I'd fill these transducer boxes with glycerin, but we're all out of glycerin, and so is the local pharmacy. So second best is actually Johnson & Johnson baby oil, and third best is good old Mexican aceite vegetal comestibly. We've still got oil from Mexico, so that's going in the box. And I mean, the sound waves don't travel as well through oil as they do through water, but hey, she's okay. See if I can fill the bilge full of oil.
Wow, it takes a lot of oil. Yeah.
I've had to use a really big gland to get the plug through. So that's the smallest gland that the plug will fit through. So what I'm going to have to do is build this cable up a bit with some butyl tape, and then screw the gland back down. And then this one is purely a filler hole. So I've got a 316 stainless steel bolt, it just fills that hole, and you tighten that up, and she's waterproof. So they're the two, and then I've got 16 bolts holding it down, or screws. Nice 316 countersunk screws.
I'm just going to do a very basic, generic, like spaghetti sauce. It's going to have carrots and onions, beef based. Going to put canned tomatoes in and a bit of tomato paste, maybe a stock cube, and that'll be it, really. So that's the next task. Then all the canning is done, because we're leaving in about 5 days. coming through.
There we go.
All finished. Just got to put it in the jars and can it. Magnus is going to build me in a shelf for the top pantry. And we're so organised. What are you up to?
Putting on the new track. It's been welded up. The bad section's been cut out, so new screws. On she goes.
Magnus just picked up these 2 brackets which he had made for Peanut to keep her a bit safer, so I think they might go on tomorrow. He's already got the bolts, we'll just have to make them a little bit shorter. It looks way stronger than what we have. So what's going on?
A fella by the name of Gary someone brewed this how long ago?
I don't remember.
Maybe last century.
It's been here for a while.
Right, we have established with 2 Weipa locals that he hasn't been here for a while, so we might be talking last century. But he's brewed this ginger beer, and Mary Ellen has kindly brought it over for us to try. I'm not much of a ginger beer connoisseur, but we'll give it a crack.
Ginger?
Yeah. Mind you, that ginger beer,
Second glass.
that ginger beer you gave us the other day was nice. It was very sweet, but it was nice. Usually when we're trying something that's home brewed, Wendy always goes first. You do?
Sorry. I don't really like it.
Usually, when you have ginger beer, you can taste ginger. So this, you can't. It's not a bad brew, because on the ginger beer scale, we've started a new scale, and what did the last one get? 7.
8, I think.
8.
You gave it even a 9.
Yeah, so this I'm going to drop down a little bit because it's not as flavoursome, but it's genuine. So it's going to get an 8, 7.5, 8. Cheers. That's really good.
Magnus is just about to put the shelf in the cupboard. This needs a few little tweaks.
Right, I'm going to cut that one shorter because there's a cable at the back. Oh no, I already worked that out. I forgot. Perfect.
Fantastic. Wow. I'm going to put all of these in.
Yeah.
Looking good.
So hold you a little bit bigger. There we go. Beautiful. Right, pop some holes in there.
Cool. What are you doing now?
Just putting a brace on the back of the shelf so you can load it right up with all the heavy stuff. Look at that.
That's fantastic. Oh, that's so good.
Right.
Now I can put all the things in neatly.
I'm going to put a front on yet. This piece goes in the front.
Yeah, so things don't slide forward.
Yeah, so that's
What's it called, a fiddle?
Yeah, sort of a fiddle. Fiddles are usually removable.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't.
Yeah.
But yeah, just ready for Wendy to paint it, and then it's all done.
Thank you. All tidy.